a lot of videos. I refer to back with another how to play. Today we're looking at the game Red Dragon, which is a trick-taking game. Came out a few years ago, 2019 it says, from A-Games out of Hungary. It's pretty hard to find. I don't remember where I found it. It might have been eBay, might have been the Geek Market, Board Game Geek. I don't quite recall. But yeah, it's pretty out of point, hard to find. Trick-taking game for 3 to 6 players. Takes about 30 minutes and it's ages 8 and up. The cards have a nice quality linen finish. In the game, you get a bunch of cards in 4 suits: red, blue, green, and yellow. And it's kind of like Hearts, where the red cards have negative points, the 11 being the worst one at minus 26. The rest, which I don't have, are basically face value. So the 10 is minus 10, the 1 is minus 1. There is a 0, which is 0. And they go from 0 to 12 in the 4 suits. You have a couple of reference cards, which are double-sided with the same on both sides. This one tells you how many cards you're going to deal to each player based on the player count. For 4 players, it's 15 cards each. Basically, you're dealing out the entirety of this 60-card deck. In the game, you also get a score pad and a pencil. That's nice. I wish more games would include a pencil if you're going to have a score pad. This makes sense. Or even better, a dry erase board and save some paper, you know. But anyways, we'll put those aside. So again, this tells you how many cards each player is going to get. This is how many cards we're going to put out onto the table. And then what the bottom one is the value of each trick. So for 4 players, each trick is going to be worth 8 points. On the other side, is some other information that I'll get to, which I have here. So what you can do first, you deal out the cards. Then you're going to look at this and you can see how many cards we need to put into the stock, into the middle of the table. So everyone's going to do that. So let's say maybe I don't want this one or this one. So let's see this one. I put those into the middle of the table, face down. Everyone's going to do 3 cards. I'm just throwing cards on there just to simplify it. We can shuffle these up. And then we're going to put them face up on the table. And we're going to have a round of drafting where everyone will take turns drafting cards into their hand, starting with the start player, I do believe. So, yeah, starting with the first player. For some reason, they have some words on these instructions that are missing, like the letter F, a couple of letters. I don't know why that is. So maybe I start and I take this. Well, let's say I take this 0. Then this guy's going to take a card. Maybe he takes this 0. Then maybe this guy takes this 14. And this guy takes this 1. Then you go back the other way, starting with this last player. I don't know why he took the 1. Maybe he would take the 12 instead. So now maybe he takes, let's say, this 2. Maybe this guy takes this 3. This guy takes 7, and I will take, let's say, 5. And then I go again. Maybe I'll take this 2. This guy will take the 1. He'll take the 8. This guy gets the minus 26, 11. So now we're ready to go. So it's interesting that you get a look at your cards and select 3 to throw in the middle of the table, and then you go around in a snake draft and draft cards. So it's pretty basic trick-taking game. It goes up to, their state number is 0 for 12 and 0 for 14. So maybe I play a 14. It's a must follow. But this guy would have to play a yellow card if he has. He'll play this 3, I suppose. And then this guy will play a 1, since he's not going to win the trick. And then this guy would play let's say a 2. So I win the trick. I'm going to collect the cards. And that's 8 points. But keep in mind, each trick is 8 points in a 4-player game. It's different based on the player counts. The more players, the more points per trick. But red cards are negative points, and you want to try to avoid them because these 8 points could immediately, quickly turn into negative points with 1 trick even. But maybe I decide to negate that and say, you know what, let's just play this 0. forcing everyone else to play a red card. This guy's like, you know what, I'll play this 6. Somebody has to play something higher than that. This guy will play his 5. And then this guy will be forced to play the 2. So this guy actually thought he was going to get away. He should have played the -1. He didn't. He's just taken minus 13 points. And now he leads the next trick. And you just go around the table doing this until everyone has played all the cards in their hand. And then you're going to score on the score sheet the points. And you're going to be playing a certain number of rounds, if I recall correctly. Now, if a person, by the way, makes a mistake and did not play a card of the required suit when they had one, they get a minus 100 points at the time the error is discovered, if and when it is discovered, and the round ends immediately. And nobody else would get any points, so you take a major penalty, so make sure you play the correct cards. Let's say how many rounds you're playing. I think it's 1 round per player, I believe. Yeah, you're going to play 1 round per player. There is a way for the game to end immediately, and that is if one player wins every single trick, they win the game immediately. Now, what this here is, if you win 0 tricks. So in a 4-player game, if one person wins 0 tricks, they get 20 points. If 2 people were to win 0 tricks, they each get 10 points. If 3 or 4 people were to win 0 tricks, it's not like it's going to happen. You don't get any points. And you can see there's different scoring for different amounts of people, depending on play count. But it's always going to be if one person gets 0 tricks, wins 0 tricks, they get 20 points as a bonus, basically. For 2 players, it's 10 or 15, etc., etc. So that's how that works. It's a pretty cool, pretty simple, kind of a Hearts-esque trick-taking game where there's no trump suit, but there is the avoidance of the red suit. You want to try to avoid the red suit because they are bad, obviously. Especially the 11, the red 11 is minus 26 points. You want to avoid that one for sure. So at the end of the round, you add up your scores, write them on the score sheet, and then you play some more rounds. You're going to play again 1 round per player. In this case, we play 4 rounds. It's a pretty cool game. It is pretty, almost impossible to find. I got really lucky when I found it, wherever it was that I found it. I don't remember. But yeah, that's Red Dragon. We'll see you next time more. Thanks for watching. I do apologize because the previous version has apparently had no audio for some reason. Hopefully this one will have audio. Can you hear me now? We'll see you. Thanks for watching.